Good morning, folks. It's Thursday, the 23rd, and we are in Tenerife today. Now, we're not supposed to get here till 9:30, and as you can see, we're approaching the island. A couple of other cruise ships in. There's another ship out there. I don't know whether that's approaching another part of the island or what, but yeah, I expected us to still be out at sea. But there you go, we're not due there for another 2 hours. So unless we're going to go around the islands and berth somewhere else, we'll have to see. I can't see us just hovering out here for 2 hours. Yeah, maybe, because that don't look like it. But anyway, we'll see. Right, folks, just having a light breakfast today. 1 link of sausage, 1 link of bacon, bit of scrambled egg and a fried egg. And that's it for today. Well, not for today, that's it for this morning's breakfast. Right, folks, quick update on that breakfast. The fried egg was like rubber. The bacon was okay once you cut out half it. Wasn't left with much after you'd cut out half it. The scrambled egg was so-so, and the sausage was appalling. It was all crisp, you know, the crisp skin with virtually no meat inside it. Worst breakfast I've had on ship since we boarded in last Saturday. Yeah, Saturday the 18th. Yeah, it was terrible this morning. But yeah, I don't know. We must be turning or something here. But I'll show you. As you see, we surely can't be pulling in here because you've got tanks and industrial cranes and the like, and I don't even see a stand up. I don't see a pier, so we must be going to swing round to left at any point soon, because I don't see anywhere here we could be berthing. And besides, we're well over an hour and a half. Well over an hour and a half before we're due to dock. So anyway, I'll come back to you when we're closer to docking. This is the harbour, folks, and obviously we're going to swing right round and move into there and dock over there somewhere. I'm not sure where, but there you go. Right, folks, as you can see, we're actually backing in to the berth, and I think we might be berthing about there. Yeah, I think we might be berthing there. Not sure. But now, as you can see, this is the town. All the holiday accommodation, etc. Just a bit of industrial stuff. Now, I'm not sure if that's the same, but that was the AIDA ship that was in Madeira, and it's obviously got past us in the night. I'm not sure if it's the same AIDA ship though, because I never noticed the name of it. I just noticed the badge on the funnel. So it might be that one, but and I've shifted it during night if it is, to get here well before us. So the odds are it isn't. It's another one. So there you go.
Lemony green through. There is a big one coming now. They're gonna bring it through. Some white, isn't it?
Yeah, we used to pull them out by hand, but it's in 10 hands. Up to that power.
Right folks, just a quick update so you know we're now docked and it's 9:46 and so we're almost 3/4 of an hour early in docking. So there you go. I'll probably nip back to cabin shortly because my tour doesn't go on until 10:30, so I've got to go get my bag, sort out put my GoPro in. I don't think this battery in this phone will last, but you never know. But in case it doesn't, I'll take my GoPro with me as well, so I don't miss out on this little excursion I'm going on. And I've got to collect the ticket and everything anyway, so I'll see you probably when we're on the bus that's taking us on the excursion. Bye for now. Right folks, here I am on the coach. 10:15, so 15 minutes early, bang on as they ask you to be. There's two buses. The other one must be full because this says going to the next one, and this is filling up. Yeah, so although I'll be able to film a lot scenery and everything, I might not be able to make much of commentary if I've got somebody sat next to me. An idea of size of ship. Oh, that's just the back half. That over there, that bit sticking out is the bridge.
And I'll try my best. Normally on the buses we don't discuss any issues with regard to politics, religion or football. Okay, so safety comes first, and this bus has two doors. You know only this door, but there's another door in the middle there. They can be opened by ourselves in case of an emergency. There are also emergency windows marked with the word salida de emergencia. That's obviously emergency exit in Spanish, and you have to break the window if you want to go through. There is a little red hammer there that they provide, or if not, you can borrow your wide high heel and just hit the window. There are also, believe it or not, two emergency exits on the roof. Well, we haven't got any ladder to climb up, so right, but there are two there. The most important thing is the seat belts. So if the seat belt works where you are, I would recommend you to use them all the time. Then the air conditioner has to be running all the time because of the COVID, so you can regulate it with little vents up here. Hopefully I've got enough time. In the Canary Islands, we were very poor before the tourists arrived, and mainly we live from farming and emigration. But this farming used to be a monoculture, just one product, but not from the Canaries. They chose a particular kind of hybrid that was very small banana, only 14 centimeters long, because here we have strong winds. So until World War II, all our bananas were sent to the UK. These bananas are very small and very tasty. We used to offer them to our guests as banana flambe with vanilla ice cream, you know. So nowadays we still export the bananas only to Spain mainland. Go back to these vessels, yeah, these cargo boats with no fridges, with very low hygiene conditions, like no toilets, with temperatures below deck more than 40 degrees centigrade because they don't have air conditioning. Well, what happened? I'll tell you what happens. The water that they brought from England, the minute they got near the equator, was going green, and it was turned into a green soup. So who was going to drink that? The water was full of bacteria because the higher the temperature, the sea by dynamite.
On the way back, we'll get a lot
enough
more
to cover that because the sea here is very deep.
other than all just
they're even empty here.
rocks,
On the right side.
cliffs.
Well,
Because that sea is on the other side. I've sat on the wrong side.
That's why they grow
On the
little
way
ones.
back,
They put them in
we'll get a
cages
lot
at
of
the
that.
sea. These are big tanker here, like the Island Parliament.
We're going
And you
through
see the Scottish flag flying up there. Why do we have the St.
Santa
Andrews
Cruz.
cross flying there? As a way to say thank you to the Scottish for letting
We're at a beach. Breezy, but nice. We're going to be 10 minutes, I think he said. But the sand is soft. Yeah. This sand was actually brought in from the Sahara because it used to be black sand and they replaced it all with this white sand. There you go. There you go. Obviously not good at water. There's a tankard out there and a big tanker there. It's full of liquid gas, they were saying. Yes, said to be at 10 minutes. I've only been here already. But yeah, that's it, folks. Not else to see, really. But that's it. So I think I'm going to get back on bus. Right, folks, well, we're back on bus. As one of my fellow passengers is there's nothing to get excited about. But yeah, I'm not sure where we're going from now. But we were supposed to stop at that fishing village, according to itinerary, but we just drove past it. And he said, "Oh, there's a fishing village over there." Is it nice? Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. You know, I have to say, I'm glad I came anyway. You know. I wasn't able to make much of a commentary because he was chatting all the time, and that's his job. But yeah, so that's why I keep stopping and starting again, you know, rather than film the whole 2 hours. So that's why you'll get breaks in commentary from the chap that's giving the the commentary. Yeah. So because I keep stopping the sign. But as I say, people are starting to come back to coach now, and I think we should be off again pretty soon. So I'll speak to you again later.
So this is the area where they plan to build a car park and a shopping center on top. Nevertheless, the car park over there is free. The only thing is you're not allowed to do overnight parking if you have a caravan or a motorhome, and the people don't respect the rules.
There we are, leaving
The beach is free of charge, of course, and you could use the toilets and the showers. The only thing you go to pay the little because you want to have something to drink or use one of the sun lounges. Okay. So this is the only beach where you don't see big hotels or apartments or restaurants or pizzerias and ice cream shops nearby.
So
There are only these
looks
little
like we're
kiosks.
gonna
Every so
go
often there are
the way we
lifeguards. People are looking. So here are some solar panels. Everybody wants to have solar panels nowadays. There is a waiting list for solar panels. 35% of our energy comes from renewable sources, which are windmills and solar panels. But as you can see, there are not any windmills at the sea. So in the future, we want to place windmills at sea, and we want to use other sources, renewable sources, such as geothermal energy. Because here, if you dig, you don't get any oil, but you get lava. Yeah, like in Lanzarote, where you can get chicken cooked with a volcano heat. You know, in Lanzarote you can do that. So some of the volcanoes are still active, and if you dig, you get heat that can be used for energy purposes. Also biomass or the sea current energy, etc., etc. We even have a refinery that we are in process of dismantling. So later on we're going to get back closer to the refinery. We want to take away, become fishermen. This is the Fisherman Brotherhood restaurant there on the left. Yeah, there you can get fresh fish. That is the only fish that tastes a little bit different, because the rest come from fish farms and they all taste the same, you know. But well. Up here to the right hand side, this is the beginning of the so-called Anaga Massif. Tenerife is shaped like a triangle, and this is because the island emerged from the sea 20 million years ago as 3 small islands. Eventually the 3 small islands got joined together and end up with a huge volcano right in the middle. You probably have heard that here we have the Spanish Ven Nevis. Therefore, here we can produce different wines with different grapes. We still have the so-called Mansley, but a bottle of Mansley costs nearly 20 euros. In Tenerife, it is known as aromatic Mansley. And if you buy one bottle from Lanzarote, Lanzarote also produces this wonderful wine on lava. This is called volcanic Mansley. To be able to produce this exclusive wine, you need 3 factors. You need a good soil, which is the volcanic fertile soil. You need the old grapes, these old grapes that don't exist in other places, and then you need very good weather. Yeah? So that's what we have here, and so our wines are expensive, and every bottle costs at least €8 onwards. That's how we drink Blue Nun or Lambrusco from Lidl, you see. Lambrusco is no wine, that's only red water with gas, but it is refreshing, and it's very hot here, you see. This is the control tower of the port. Yeah, see the San Andreas cross flying down there, the Salter, yeah, part of the Union Jack. This is the old tower now used for training purposes. It's part of the University of La Laguna. We have a big unit up there with 25,000 students. Here used to be a little fort with cannons to protect the port facilities. There's no cannons there. It's a military club for Spanish officers and NATO officers. This sport club where they can go and have cheap whiskey. Yeah, not much sport going on, but they have a couple of tennis courts. And here is the yacht club. If you have plenty money and you have a yacht, you have to join the yacht club here, because that's a social club. So the kids can come and meet other kids of the same social status. Yeah. If you haven't got a job but you got plenty money, that's not a problem. You still join in. You need to remember that sign you in. It could blackball you, but normally, if you got plenty money, that shouldn't be a problem. So there you can see also the San Andreas cross flying up there, along with the Spanish flag. Yeah. Wait a minute, we move the bus a little bit. So that is the private yacht club. That's the fancy club. You go also for fancy dinners. The presentation of the lady to the society when they are 16 or so. This old-fashioned thing up there. So as I said that to you, we're going to visit now a different part of the town where the middle class used to live here. Even these flats are not cheap because they've got sea view. These trees on the left hand side, they are ficus. They're called Indian laurels or fake laurels. There is a fake pepper tree on the right hand side as well. You know the oleanders, you know the stelitias, the bird of paradise. Local people, as they accepted the Catholic religion, and the Pope already threatened to excommunicate anybody that would make a Catholic a slave, you see. So at the end of the 16th century, we had to change our main crop from sugar into wine. And for almost 200 years, the main crop that we exported from the Canaries was wine. This wine was in the hands of a British company called the Canary Wine Company. And mainly it was bought by the Merchant Navy or the Royal Navy because of a small detail. You probably have no made them strong against winds, strong winds, etc. Here are some little hotels on the right hand side. All the fancy hotels that we already mentioned this morning is right across here. It is known as Hotel Mense and is run by a Spanish company called Iberostar.
That's the park.
It used to be run by in the middle of the Rambla. You can buy a paper, you can buy the lottery ticket, you can have a coffee, you go for a walk with your kids or your grandkids, etc. It's surrounded by trees. And we are going to get off here near the 5-star hotel. This is a fancy 5-star hotel built in 1959. But it is a city hotel. It is not really a hotel for tourists as such. O nos da la vuelta y nos da al otro lado, que es donde debería, uno de los buenos. Mejor sería para que no pudiera.
Here we are in the park. And despite him saying it was all flat and no steps, so far we've gone through a set of steps and we've walked a downhill bit.
We can see here some of these tulip trees, a nice one out there, or one here. Okay, there are 2 trees here that come from Madagascar. They are cousin of the dragon trees that grow here. And here we have the future plant that's going to substitute the bananas. This is called aloe vera. And if you use a lot of aloe vera, you should have the plant in your house. Because you know aloe vera is expensive. This hardly needs any water. Okay? And the cactus is there, they are called my mother-in-law's seat. But you go to ask a Mexican, why do they call it like that? Okay? We're going to go through here, squeeze about here, because we're going to see the blue agaves, where the Mexicans get the tequila from. Here is one. Yes. This is the blue agave, and at the back here you have a beautiful bougainvillea in lilac.
There's the large fountain behind us. You can see it looks amazing. Folks, that were interesting. I'm back on the bus now. We're due to leave here in 6 minutes. About half of us have got back on the bus. The rest are using the facilities in the park, and yes, it's one bad little walk. That it were downhill, that was nice, and there were one or two ramps so we didn't have to go down the steps apart from that very first start at the top, although to be fair there was a ramp, but it were quite a long ramp, so went down the steps, struggled a bit, but we got down. Yeah, so I'm not sure where we're going next, but as I say, we're due to leave here at 11, so I'll speak to you when we set off again. Right folks, we're just pulling away from the park. It's got my watch, it's 2 minutes
We're going to
past
drive
12.
around the park and take a look at these big trees on the left. They also come from Australia. They're called ficus. There used to be an old military hospital. Yeah. Then you can go for a little walk back here. And now we are approaching the downtown. There is a pedestrian area. You want to mind that the tram also passes by here. You want to watch. The building on the right hand side is the island Parliament, the Island Council here. Undergo renovations. The other building on the left is the main post office. And in the middle of the square there is another monument dedicated to the Spanish Civil War that should be knocked down. The main square is called Plaza de España, where you see the water coming out. It's meant to be like a big puddle of water. They did that to avoid us dancing and enjoying ourselves. Into the right hand side is the main entrance. You can see the St. Andrew's Cross there. Yeah, sign up there. Or here in this little kiosk. If you need to buy cheap St. Andrew's crosses, you can buy them here in the Chinese. See there. Now we're heading for the market. There is a market here to buy vegetables and cheese, potatoes, flowers, you know. And that costing us a lot of money. If you look left, you see a little fortress. That fortress was built in the times of King Philip II, the one that sent the Armada to the Channel. Yeah. Little fortress there, looks at the Caribbean. And the gunpowder room was up here, the dark building. You had to keep the gunpowder room away just in case everything blows up. See? And behind there are some nice pools designed by Cesar Manrique, this famous man from Lanzarote, an architect that did also the pools in Puerto de la Cruz. So there you can go for a swim, you pay a small fee, but the place is very nice. It looks like a natural lake with lava. They use a little fortress against the pirates, and then is the opera house where we're going to stop for the last time. So if you wish to visit the rest of the town, you can get off here and make your way back. Here on the right hand side there is the main bus station, and behind the bus station is the John Lucy's from Spain called El Corte Inglés. So there is a big shopping mall with a cafeteria on the top where you find your best brands. It doesn't close at lunchtime. And the building is that one on the right hand side there that says El Corte Inglés with green letters up there. You go to the concert, you want to go to the hairdressers, and then you want to wash your car or hire a chauffeur or rent a Mercedes, etc. If you want to be seen with VIPs, well, that's what you got to do. If you want to listen to free music, well, in every village we have fiestas. We just see this girl still with a roller, with a scooter. What is she going to the South Airport? There's nothing there. You can only go with these scooters so far. You rent them out in the street with your mobile phone. Every 5 minutes it costs you €1, and then you dump them. Canaries, Gran Canaria, big dog. The Canaries, the islands of the dogs. Our tour is meant to finish at 12:45. So we're going to pass by the taxman again. Don't worry, they don't work hard, they're on the phone.
Right, here we are outside the Opera House. This is his final stop. We're going to have a walk around, and the bus is going to meet us at the other side. And then we'll be going back to the ship. Yeah. Going down into the dungeon. We're going to make it alright. There we go.
I've sailed away from the Canaries. Thank you for visiting us, and maybe I'll see you next year again. So safe journey home and all the best. Muchas gracias y hasta la vista. We have to go through the red frame here. Position number 1 is occupied, number 2, number 3. At the end, you have a checkpoint. When you go out, you don't need to.
Right, folks, I'm back, and I thought I'd try at the bar. Okay, thank you. And so I've got a beef, a burger and fries. I've got a hot dog with onions and fries, a couple of pieces of pizza, some coleslaw, and I'm just waiting now for the waiter to come over to me so I can order a beer. So I'll speak to you later. Right, good evening, folks. Here I am in the Coral restaurant tonight, at Pearl restaurant the other night, and I've ordered my meal, and I've ordered sausage and duck in puff pastry, sausage and duck patty in puff pastry. I've ordered a steak, which I've ordered rare, but I've asked them if I could have the mashed potatoes instead of the chips. Thinking of my figure, you know. And yeah, and I've ordered myself a beer. I'll get a pudding later, and I'll come back to you on the pudding. I'll take a picture of the food, which I'll insert here. Okay. Right, folks, I've just had the duck sausage in puff pastry. It was very nice. It was better than I was expecting, to be honest, because I'm never been a lover of duck. But yes, it was quite tasty, and it came with some kind of sauce, which was very nice. So we're just waiting from the main meal. Right, folks, that was very nice. Steak were done just as I like it, rare. It seems that no matter what time of year you come on a cruise, no matter which ship you go on, they always serve you broccoli. And I don't like broccoli. So next time I come in, I'll have to ask them, if they do any other vegetable other than broccoli, because I'm not mad on it, but I don't like it. It's that simple. But they did replace the chips with a butter and mash, and that was beautiful. It wasn't smooth, no lumps in it, unlike one of the meals I had on the Britannia, which there were more lumps than mash. But that was very beautiful mashed potato, yes. The green beans were very nice, slightly al dente, certainly slightly al dente for me, but yes, other than that, it's a very nice meal so far. As I was saying, we're going to have a sweet next, or as we say in Yorkshire, a pudding. I'll get back to you when I've selected it and when it arrives. So, bye for now. That's the chocolate pudding. Yeah. There you go. Yes, folks, that was very nice, was that? The chocolate. There's a chocolate sponge cake with ice cream on top, and that was very beautiful, very nice. Really enjoyed that. Overall, out of 10, max out of 10 for that meal, I would give it 8, possibly 9. But dropped a couple of points because the steak had quite a bit of gristle on one end. Yes, apart from that, the meal was very nice. So I'm going to go down to Brody's and see if the football's still on, because it's the TV system's not working in the cabin, so it may not be working down in Brody's. So we'll have to wait and see. Bye for now. Right folks, we're in the clubhouse and we're waiting for a band to come on the Pulse, the resident band, and they're going to do hits from, I think it's the 90s. I'm not too particular sure. The show's called Inferno, so I'm stopped now so I don't get copyrighted. There you go folks, it's a flavour of the show. I'll try and get a couple more snippets. Quick update folks, they're playing music from the 70s, not the 90s.
We've got Amelia.
Yeah. That's the band Pulse.
Who is the man that risked his neck for his brother man? Dig it.
Your body, my body, everybody work your body. That's all shine. Everybody move your body, my body, everybody move your body, your body, my body, everybody move your body, your body, my body, everybody move your body.
Right folks, a change of plan. I've gone to the show, Come Fly With Me or something like that it's called, instead. Because I was getting bored with that. Wasn't what I was expecting. And here we can see the stage and everything. I'm not sure if you'll be allowed to film anything at the show, so if you can I'll try to get a few snippets. If not, I'll speak to you after the show. Right folks, we're supposed to sail at 9:30 and it's let's have a look, 9:17, and as you can see we're moving. We set sail. We've pulled away from the dock and if you remember those tanks there, those oil tanks, which we saw this morning on our way in, and yeah, we are on our way. And all the houses up on the hill there that we saw during the day look amazing at night. On the tour that we did, we went past them, behind those oil tankers, not oil tanks, not oil tankers, behind those oil tanks this morning on our trip, on the trip that we did this morning. Yes, it's interesting. As I say, we've set sail early, so obviously everybody got back on board all right. Otherwise, we'd have been out there waiting. Yeah. But yes. So it's a good job I didn't go up to top deck to do it, because we're probably long gone by the time I get up there. And as I say, that's thing. We're gonna see if we can get out on the other side and see if we can see what we can see over there, if we haven't already cleared the harbour by the time I get to the other side. Right folks, we've cleared the harbour. And those are those ships that we saw this morning, they're still here. Must be staying overnight probably. But as you can see over there is the opera. As you can see over there is the opera house that we went to this morning. The tourist ship appears to still be in, and the other two ships that were there this morning. So that's it. That's Tenerife disappearing into the background. There you go. And there's a view from the stern. And so we're well clear of the harbour now, heading out into the Atlantic. And next stop I believe is Gran Canary. So there you go. Right folks, it's the end of the day on the 23rd. I was going to go to see that bird show, but one was stopping up late to see it, so I've not bothered. Tomorrow we're in Gran Canary, and yeah, it's been a nice day. I went out in the back when we did the sail away, and lo and behold, I saw what they call it, Ryan's belt. What an amazing thing to see, because obviously you don't get out like that in Leeds anyway because of light pollution. Okay, so that's it for now. So as we say, it's good night from me and it's good night from him.